Welcome to Sipping with Maria and Tika G. We got to pay these bills, so let go. Here's a word from our sponsors. Anchor has tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. When hosted on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more.
It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. And best of all, Anchor is totally free.
Whoop, whoop.
Boop! Download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started
Today. Welcome to season 2 of Sipping with Maria and Tika G, where we do not talk about politics, religion, or celebrities. We feel that there are enough vlogs, and other podcasts that talk about that stuff. On season 1, we talked about relationships, and we picked that title because it was something everyone can relate to. We did not just talk about couples. We talked about in-law relationships, brothers and sisters, the friends with benefits relationship. The list went on and on and on. And the answers we had to the questions, child, you're going to have to listen to it on your own. Now, we have a very, very special guest on the show today. I've been trying to get her on the show forever. She's so freaking busy, and I'm just so happy to have her here today. Tika, can you please introduce our guest for the evening?
Hello. Welcome to season 2. Yay! Whoop! Well, our special guest for tonight is Kimbala Tha Boss.
Yeah.
The Boss.
That's me.
I am so excited because, like you, Maria G, I was like, when are we getting her on here? You know,
Right.
busy.
Yes, because I've been sending shout outs.
The word, you know, like, yeah, Kimbala the busy boss. You know, yeah, that's what it is. But yeah, I'm glad that you're on here, Kimbala, and so we could talk to you and learn about you and really get everything in with you tonight. I'm excited.
Thank you for having me. Thank you guys for having me.
Welcome.
I binged the first show, so it was very, very interesting. And I think by the time I finished it, I was like, okay, I'm ready to be on the show now.
Thank you.
So thank you guys for having me.
You're welcome. Now, the question that everybody wants to know is, who is Kimbala Tha Boss?
Oh my gosh.
Who is she?
That's a huge question. What's the title of this podcast again?
The title is The Secrets of Me.
Okay, let's narrow it down. But who is Kimbala Tha Boss? Kimbala Tha Boss is a 43-year-old Leo that has a career, a 9-to-5 career. She is in the modeling industry. You hear me talking in third person, like I'm talking about me.
Right.
So I am in the modeling industry. I model, but I manage as well. I direct videos, I direct shoots, blah, blah, blah. And then there's my personal life. And is what I am ready to, I guess, the title is Secrets of Me, right? So
Secrets of Me.
I guess I'm about to talk about those secrets.
Okay, listeners, keep in mind this season is called Let's Talk About It. Let's talk about it is for you, the listeners. If you have anything that you want to talk about on the show, send us an email, send us a message on Facebook. We're everywhere, Instagram, Google us, baby. We are there. If your topic is chosen, we will ask you to be on the show. So this title for this episode, for episode 1 of season 2, is called The Secrets of Me. And the secrets of me happen to be Kimbala Tha Boss.
All right.
We ready?
So, I guess the first secret that I have that I've never came out and actually said out in public is that I am bisexual. I actually, when I was 16 years old, I finally told someone, and I told my high school sweetheart. And when he accepted that, it became easier to tell anyone that I was in a relationship from then on. I made sure everybody knew, how I felt when it came to the other sex, but I never explored anything. That's the crazy part. Like, it took me probably about 11 years till I finally had my first encounter. I was 26 or 27. I think I was 27. And it was one of those experiences that wasn't the best, you know.
Been there.
It was not the best encounter at all. But it was something, after that first encounter, it was something that I yearned for, you know. Part of my interest with women is because of their softer side, because of I like feminine women, femmes. I'm not attracted to
studs. If you want to be with a man, you be with a man
or whatever. So.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. So someone to get dressed up with, to smell good and to look good and to go shopping, but then have maybe a little benefit on the side or whatever was cool. So anyway, after my first encounter, it wasn't like, I was kind of catfished, to be honest with you. And but the experience that was given to me, let me say it like that, was something that I wanted more and more of. So probably throughout my relationships, my male relationships, it was kind of weird because I would have to, some of them wasn't okay with it, you know, but then there was ones that was like, well, yeah, we can have a threesome. No, my relationship with women was completely separate all of my life. It was, it was that way for a very long time. But I can tell you that I never had a relationship with a woman. I never wanted a relationship.
And you don't. You know my experience. You don't. Women are worse than men. I don't care what they say. They just,
Yeah, I never really wanted a relationship with a woman because of the emotional attachment.
Exactly.
That women tend to have, especially lesbians, or either women that are bisexual but are open to relationships with other women. They seem to be very emotional to me. And I'm not saying this round the clock. And that's what I had encountered and ran into. But I can still count on both hands, not fingers, both hands. How many women still did to this day that I've been with, because I'm very selective, and my encounters with women, it will be 5 years later, to my next encounter. It's not something that because I've been in relationships, so most of the time the relationships fulfill me until that itch comes, and it's just like it's gotta be scratched.
I get it. Yes. I get it.
So I miss it. I want it. And I'm stimulated by the mind as well. Right. So, smart women or intelligent women or women that have something to say and talk about, and, all that stuff is kind of very attractive to me. So that is my first secrets of me.
Scared of you. I mean, first of all, I want to say thank you again for coming on the show and giving us the exclusive. Sipping with Tika and Maria G got it first. Just so y'all know, we got it first. We got it first. Just I am.
Thank you.
Because I know that was hard.
Yes.
Because remember,
I'm gonna be almost biting my fingernails and COVID won't hear. I'm biting them.
So remember, because even my experience when I came out, and my dad was like, so, he was like, so. It was interesting. Some people knew, most people didn't. This was before everybody was open with it, and I feel that once celebrities became open, then everybody else became open with it. Oh well, if this celebrity is doing it, then I can do it too. It's just open with it. So I get it. You get that itch, and then it's like you said, the emotional part. I can't do it. Women pluck my daggone nerve. They too emotional. They're very clingy. But then you have some that are sweet and
Thank you.
do what you're supposed to do. But then you have ones that are, you just be like, I just left you. Why are you calling me?
Yeah, it's a balance that is hard to. It's hard for me to just have a relationship with just a woman because I need that masculinity and not from a stud. I need that masculinity.
Say that again.
And two, I'm very dominant in my personality. I try not to be. I'm gonna be honest with you. I try not to be so dominant in my personality, but
you just know what you want and what you like.
I can be, and sometimes like I don't want to be the dominant woman in a relationship with another woman. You know, even if I am feminine, I still don't want to be the dominant person. You know, I want to be equal, and that's probably why I'm really attracted to people and women that are on my level. You know what I'm saying? So. But I'm not attracted to every woman now. You know, every woman I'm not attracted to. You know, but if you got freckles, oh my gosh,
I got freckles.
Like, she's adorable.
I got freckles. I didn't know I had freckles until I was washing my face. I was like, where did that come from? I ended up calling one of my other friends Crystal because she has freckles. I said, Crystal, I got freckles. She said, you didn't know you had freckles? I was like, no. She said, I knew you had freckles. I said, well, I didn't know I had freckles. They popped up out of nowhere.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm very different in my because I'm in the industry. So pretty is not really that pretty to me. Uniqueness is gorgeous to me.
Different, dare to be different. That's my thing. I like different people. Yeah, being by different people. I don't want somebody to do the same thing. I been there, done that. Perfect example, y'all. I gotta get this off my chest. We don't talk about celebrities on the show, and this is why. Everybody's talking about that stupid Will Smith, Chris Rock, Oscar thing, and my Facebook feed that's all it's about. That is why we don't talk about celebrities, because you can go anywhere and get the same exact story, but you can't come to Sipping with Maria and Tika G and get the story. You only gonna hear it here, period. So different, dare to be different. It's okay. We like being different. It's just, I'm so overwhelmed. I had to get off Facebook. I don't want to hear no more jokes or anything about it.
Memes is coming out. Everybody creating stuff.
Yes. Don't get me wrong. It is hilarious, but it's embarrassing at the same time. Not just for Will and Chris, but for us as Black people. We don't know how to act in public. We don't know how to act. But I get it, Will. I get it. Hey, it is what it is. But moving on, back to Kimbala Tha Boss. Yes. Now that you have opened up about your little secret, how do you feel? Do you encourage others who are, what would you say to someone who wanted to come out but was afraid and didn't know how to do it?
So I don't know what to say to that. And the reason why I'm saying that is because fear doesn't exist to me anymore. It's non-existent. I'm not fearful of anything. Things are going to happen under your control. The only thing that I'm fearful of is if I had a date that I knew that I was going to die, my daughter was going to die, my son. If I knew that exact date, I would probably be fearful. Yes. But because that's something that we will never know, right? Then I'm really not fearful. I've gotten to the point where fear is not in my vocabulary anymore. It's not part of my verbiage. It's not part of my action. I'm scared, but I'm not.
That's me. I'm scared. I'm not
fearless sometimes.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm gonna walk through it, and I'm gonna be scared when I'm going through it. But I'm not fearful of doing it. I'm still going to do it. Right. But everybody is not at that point, and when they get to that point to where, a lot of things doesn't bother them anymore, or You know, you don't really care how people feel in regards to who you are and who you want to be. And I hear males say this a lot. I really don't hear gay women or either bisexual women saying this. I hear a lot of gay men and bisexual men and transgender men is just living in your truth, just living out loud. And not being fearful of it.
Yeah, just be you, be who you are. Like, I don't like when people apologize for things they meant to say because you hurt somebody's feelings. So the fuck what? So what? You said what you said and you meant what you said. Why apologize? Well, I don't. You hurt my feelings. That was the point. Why am I apologizing for something I meant to do? And that's just something that really gets on my nerves. When people be like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you. Because that's the fuck you did because you said it.
Well, it still may mean to hurt, not mean to hurt your feelings. I mean, because, you know, even though
I'm not apologizing. I'm not apologizing. I said it. If your feelings was hurt, I mean, I said what I said and I'm not apologizing for it. And I just feel like I shouldn't have to. And I don't, but you should be the bigger person and apologize. Why? I meant what I said.
I mean, you know,
if they're sensitive, poo on them.
Yeah. and that's just, to me, you know, I have a lot of people. I'm from a big family of females. My mother actually had 8 girls and 1 boy, and I'm actually number 7 out of the 9. One of my sisters passed away, but you know, just the closer and the older we have gotten, it has just made it more easier for me to kind of just, you know, be who I am, because they're going to love me no matter what. The ones that really truly care about me and love me unconditionally, you know, I mean, that's all only people I really care about. So,
right.
You know.
And it like, trust me, I wasn't always this person. Like you said, I feel like as I got older, I got bolder. It's like, I don't care what I say out my mouth. Either you like it or not. Either you're gonna punch me in my mouth or you're not. You know, I don't care. It's my mouth. I can say what I want to, just like you can say what you want to say out your mouth. You know. So I feel that as I get older, I get bolder. It's to the point where I don't got time to be lying to you. I don't have time to beat around the bush. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. You like it or you don't, and it's gonna be the end of that. We're gonna argue. We're not. We're gonna handle it like adults, or we're not. Either way, I'm cool with it. But I don't have time for the arguing. I don't argue, you know, because you know how we do. We be like, I'm mad, I'll talk to you later. You know, I don't argue because my goal is, to be honest with you, is to say the most disrespectful thing that I can say to you, to have you want to sit. I'm going to say something so disrespectful, you're going to F me up.
Oh, Lord.
That's why I don't argue, because I'm going to shut the argument down. I'm going to say the most disrespectful thing. You're going to either want to F me up or slit your wrist. Those are your 2 choices. So I just don't argue. So I say, go ahead. You know, you got it. I'm not going to argue with you because I'm going to say something disrespectful out of my mouth, because that's my goal. What's the use of arguing if I'm not going to hurt you? So I don't do none of that. I try not to argue. Going back to what you said earlier, that being pretty or whatever, cute or whatever, doesn't really work with you per se, you know.
No.
And that's a good thing, because that's a problem with a lot of people. They looking on what's on the outside of somebody versus on what's the inside, because you can be beautiful on the outside and be ugly as hell on the inside. They still smell like fish. just because they look good, they still stink.
So yeah, I have kind of sort of gotten to the point where, you know, I've been around a lot of pretty people, and some pretty people are not that pretty, you know. They're mean girls, you know, some of them. I ain't gonna say all of them, but I'm just saying it's just not my preference. My preference is that's the tallest person walking in the room, or either she got the shortest hair on the top of her head, or, you know, she has like tattoos on the side of her neck, or she just got a different skin tone and she's like the darkest one, or, you know, something like that. Like, I mean, I just like people that are unique. That's what I'm most attracted to. So
that are different.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
but my experiences has been different, and I had to go through some different, because okay, so I talked about this. I came out when I was 16 to my ex, right?
mm-hmm.
And so then it took me 10 years in order to actually, have sex with a woman. So it took me a long time in order to get to that point where I jumped that broom, you know what I'm saying? So, and then by my first one not being good and me not feeling comfortable yet with that whole thing, like some of the stuff I'm still iffy about. Like I don't like all the gushy sometimes. Like it's just like I can't deal with that.
What I don't understand, girl.
But that's not really what I like about. That's not like the most important part to me when it comes to dealing with a woman. It's that stimulation of the softness and the intimate smell and just the friendship.
You were saying earlier how the friendship is one of the more things that are important to you when you're in a relationship with a female. What else is important to you when you're dating a woman?
Well, let me go back because I've never really dated a woman. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of my encounters have been single. There's only been 2 that I have had more than one relationship with. So I can't give you that much experience on dating a woman versus, a lot of my relationships that I've had or intimate encounters that I've had with women is because we developed a close friendship, and it happened to go to that next level. It could have been one of them drunken nights. It could have been, curiosity.
Right.
And it's funny because my previous encounters, I've probably been, and I know I'm dominant, but I've probably been the pillow princess, meaning that I was the one with less experience, but I was the one that was raising my hand because I was game for it all, But so right now, because of where I'm at in my relationship, but I mean in my life, I somebody that can have a conversation with me, can talk to me, can give me, we can bounce ideas off of stuff. Okay, so here's my other secret. Okay?
Let me ask you this question before you tell us your other secret.
Okay.
There's this new thing going around called, is it Pally, whatever her name is, where I know a few celebrities are into that stuff where they're in relationship with 3 people. I've heard there's been a lot of family, like a group of people has been in those type of relationships. How do you feel about those type of relationships when it's, let's say, for example, a couple and you, for example?
Okay.
How do you feel about those type of relationships?
How do I feel about it?
Or
okay.
let me rephrase that. Would you experience that type of relationship where you're in a relationship with a couple?
Girl, you asked that question. Girl, you asked the right question. So I am. Yes, I am okay with that because I am experiencing it at this moment.
Oh wow.
Secrets of me, right? So, hello. I didn't know that was what I was getting into. Okay. So I was talking to a female, and then I find out through talking with her and conversating with her, she asked me if I wanted to speak to her husband. And I was like, what? Like, your husband want to talk to me? Do he know what you do? And she says, yes, ma'am. She said, we do everything, almost everything together. I was like, what? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, wow. I was like, what's that like? So this is something that they have been doing for their experience. Let me say that. Their experience. They've had relationships with two long-term, 4 years here and there, whatever. But
what do you do when because I've heard stories of people being in those types of relationships. Some go good, some go left. Feelings get involved, people fall in love, husbands and wives want to leave each other and be with the third person. If you're in that situation, that's hypothetically speaking, let's just say, I'll use the woman wants to leave her husband for you. What would you do? Like,
okay, so the reason for me being interested in a poly relationship is because I did not want to be in a relationship with women. I need that masculinity. I need that man. I need me to be submissive. You know, I yearn for that. You know, that's something that I don't mind being. And I feel like being in a relationship with a woman, like you're going to not have that, you know, as much as you need that. Like, I know a woman can pay for me to, you know, and pay for me to get my nails done and send me flowers and all that stuff. But is she gonna get under that truck and change that tire, or, you know what I'm saying? Is she gonna be able to lift me up when I'm out the bed and, you know, if I gotta use whatever happens, you know? I mean, I just feel like I want it. Point blank period. I want a man in a relationship. And so I was like, well, dang, I'm thinking about it. And I'm like, I can get both. I can have, you know, my little itch scratched every time. And, you know, this is the same couple that I can deal with. I don't really have to go out here and mess around because that's not my type of height anyway. You know, so, and two, married couples bring some type of stability to themselves. They know one another, you know, hopefully they know one another, and you know, they built a life for each other. So I don't feel like I have to worry about some of the things that I would have to worry about if I was out here dating different people. So yeah, we and she is the let me talk about some pros of this. The pros is that you always have somebody to talk to. There's you know, I talk to him and I talk to her, you know, and sometimes we'll FaceTime each other or whatever, and I'll talk to both of them at the same time. You know, the sex is great. You know, it's absolutely amazing.
I bet.
So, you know, you don't yearn for anything because you have it all, you know, but and two, you get different perspectives, you know, on things. So it's not just you and her or you and him figuring out, you know, what's going to be the next move, how we're going to do this, what about vacations, you know. Financially, it is a pro because you have 3 people, everybody's working, you know, you get to build some stuff together, and you know, and I'm all about that, you know, part. So, you know, those are some of the pros into the situation. But some of the cons is that, like, that I've realized is that you're not going to have equal feelings for both of them the same way. Meaning that, like, you will like or either love one more than the other one, you know. One or more will want to talk to you more, and that can put a barrier on the situation because, like, you want the man to kind of sort of like be the man, like, especially if this is a committed relationship that you have with this couple and you coming in as the partner. You know, you don't want to go out and be with another man because you feel like you're cheating, you know what I'm saying? So, but you want that man to still court you, You want him to still, talk to you or take you out or court you like any other man would do. He needs to do that as well as, you building a relationship with the woman. Because for me, it's easy to build a relationship with a woman because I'm a talker, and I'm not just a talker. I engage in the conversation with the person.
I know Tika was saying something earlier about she had talked to a gentleman on his side of it. I'm not sure if she's ready to talk about that right now. Tika, you want to talk?
Yes, well, I guess, hearing Kimbala talk about what to me, I guess, is my version of the female perspective of it. Because I talk to more, just on my regular everyday life, I talk to more males than females, and that's just my preference. But I guess I just want to know how, Kimbala, how you feel about, a close friend of mine telling me that he does feel that it is equal love because he's in a relationship with a woman who and a man who are married, and he feels that the man is his brother because they do not engage sexually with each other, but he feels like the man is his brother, and he feels that the woman in the relationship, knows, understands them equally and loves them equally. He said he does not feel that there is ever a time where she's talking to one person more than the other or anything like that. So, do you feel that can be just how he's seeing it, or that's the way it feels? Because I guess I'm with you. There would be times where you are closer to someone, and and let's keep it real. She's been married legally married for 10 years, and he just came along a year and a half ago. You know what I mean? So it's like,
yeah. It's the whole thing about the difference between that and what I'm doing is because we all are intimate with one another. It's not like I am their partner. I'm dealing with, I want a relationship individually with both of them, and I also want a relationship with us all three together, and that's what they want as well. So some people want different things in a poly relationship, and you have different polys. It's just all about the couple, what they interested in, and what they want. But what I'm finding is, because this is my first situation, this is my first poly relationship that I'm in, and what I'm finding is that this man he's a grown man, so. And he's an old school man, meaning that he don't talk on the phone as much, you know what I'm saying? So, but when I'm around him, he's very accommodating. He's very nurturing. We go to sleep, he wraps his arms around me. He pulls me close to him. He's very attentive when we go out, making sure that, doors get open, making sure we good when we go places. We've been out to the club, and you can tell, like, he surrounds both of us, and I like that part, but when you're building a relationship with someone, you as a woman, and if you are into men, you want them to court you. You want them to let you know that they're interested in you, which he's not that type of person. So it's kind of hard for me and him to engage with one another unless we are together physically, but me and the woman, we are like best friends. We talk every day, almost all day long. you know, and she tells me and she talks to me about, you know, her life, you know, and those are the things that it's just like, it's so refreshing to hear. Somebody being open and honest about themselves and about their life, about their experiences. But not only that, you know, we talk about our issues, you know what I'm saying, and what we dealing with, and some of the things that we've been through, you know, and you know, because I'm interested in people that have something to say, have opinions about things, and you know, stuff like that. Then that's very attractive to me. Very, and plus she has freckles, so oh my gosh. You know, so I kind of disagree with that. That, you know, you love them both equally. I ain't gonna disagree. Let me say this. I haven't gotten there yet, but I don't think I can. I don't think I will love them both equally, but I can love them both. But I don't think I can love them equally. Because usually you're attracted to one more than another. You know, that's the number one. And then number two, the one that, you know, gives you the most time and energy and of themselves, you become, you fall in love with that person easily. You know what I'm saying? Because they're opening up, they're showing you who they truly are. They're giving you their true feelings and all that stuff. So, you know, not only do you have one that you're more attracted to, but then you have one that really opens up to you, so you start to fall in love with that one a little bit more, you know. So but do I think it's a problem? No, I don't think it's a problem. Why? Because if you're in if you're the person coming into a married couple's relationship, then you need to make sure that relationship that they have is already sound. So that way, whether you're in the relationship or not, they are okay with, you know, loving one another, and they're okay. They love each other for who they are and all their flaws. So, you know, you coming in is like a bonus. It's not something that's really needed for that relationship to be what it is, because it's been that way since they've been married.
I'm actually shocked that the man allowed another man to mess with his woman, because I have always known it to be two women and a man. I have never seen it be two men and a woman.
Yeah, and because I talk to so many men, you know, it is like, and they, you know, appear to really open up about things, and he is just like, you know, they do go places together. They go grocery shopping together. If they're out somewhere, she holds one hand and she's in the middle, and then she holds the other hand. I mean, she did say that she does want another one, so I guess they're all gonna sit down and talk about that.
Another man or a woman this time?
A husband. She doesn't want any. She doesn't want a woman in the relationship. And so right now she is, you know, currently working on that. But it's just the you know, and for them to be you know, like Kimbala, just, you know, open and really be able to talk about it, and have it, like she said, have an understanding of what's going on in the relationship. It's just very, you know, helpful to understand, you know, and to learn things, because I'm all about having a good learning experience.
Yes.
I guess that's why I like talking to people, you know, learning things, because, you know, sometimes I'm like, oh, okay, so would you guys do this? Why do you guys, you know? And I just want to know, you know how it is working. But like you said just now, Kimbala, it is, you know, making sure that it's sound.
Yes.
Before you even, and I think that you really touched it right there, that, you know, it's not like, oh man, we're having all these problems, let's go try to figure something out with somebody. You know, it's like they're sound, they're, you know,
they're happy with one another.
Yes. And I think
develop a life with one another, you know. So far, like, it's not that they need me. That's the thing. I don't want to. I'm interested in married couples because of the fact that, you know, that's what I want. You know, like, I feel like if I deal with couples that aren't married or don't have a stable foundation, then it's like I'm coming in to either repair or either to fix or either for fun. And if I'm going to do something like this on this level with a poly relationship, I want to be serious about it, because it's too many feelings. It's two people, like, so.
Well, I guess I'm a heathen.
Yeah, but I do want to say in regards to the woman and the two men that I had a guy wanted me to be with me that I was dating. He wanted me to be with me so bad that he was like, well, I'll be in a poly relationship, and if you want two men, I will be your first husband. He can be your second husband. I said, are you serious? I had never would ever think that I would hear that come out of a man's mouth to the woman.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would give you that if that's what you want. I'm willing to give that to you, because he, me and him would talk about it sometimes. And that was just shocking to me. And it wasn't, once he said that, my thought of having two men went out of my head. Like, I don't even think I could fathom like loving two men, like at all times. I can't. Like, and having one in their own bed. I just that for me, that's overwhelming for me. Like, because one man in my past relationships is enough for me.
Right. She want 3 of them.
Yeah, like one is enough for me. Like,
and she wants 3 of them James. I'm good.
So,
So, and also, what do you feel about, like of course, a married couple, and the husband in a relationship asked his wife to go seek other relationships? He said he does not necessarily want to know these men, but he said, it makes him happy or excites him if she does go seek other relationships and then, comes back home after, she's done whatever she's done with another man, but as long as she's coming back home to him and he, satisfies her the way he wants to as well. But he said not really wanting to get to know the men that she's with, but more of, is she coming home with a smile on her face? That's exciting.
Well, I mean, because I'm when I'm sexual with my couple, it's not all the ways all 3 of us. You know what I'm saying? So, for me, it's, to be honest with you, it's more exciting one-on-one. And then when we get together, it's like it's okay, let me say this. It's very emotional one-on-one. It's very sexual with all 3 of us. That's
okay.
It's a more intimate connection when it's just either me and the female or either me and the male. But it's very an erotic feeling when it's all 3 of us. Yeah. So I definitely understand that, because I want to say more men try to recruit when it comes to, a man wanting two women. The men will recruit and like crazy. So say for instance on, I'm just going to use Facebook dating. A man will post a picture of his wife, a whole lot of pictures of his wife, built a whole profile. I've had this happen so many times. And he will be chit-chatting with you back and forth, all this stuff, and you feel like you're talking to a woman. And then you go to be like, okay, it's time to FaceTime. Let's see each other.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, hold on, my wife is coming. What was she? Wait a minute. Why am I? who are you? You know, you know, wait, I'm the one you've been talking to. What? Yes, this my. Even though you know I've been talking to you about it, it's you know. So a lot of men recruit, you know, a poly or either a threesome by utilizing their wife, their girlfriend, or female pictures, because it's more harder for a man to recruit a bisexual woman into the relationship than it is the woman to recruit a woman into their poly situation.
Because if a man try to recruit, you perv.
Yes. Yes.
You a perv.
Yes. So that's how it goes on the opposite side. Tika. That's how I've seen it. Yeah.
Okay, well, I can definitely understand that, and I could also understand how you broke it down with the emotional and the, you know, the sexual side. I like how you broke that down. So
yeah, and it's, you know, and you have anybody that is interested in, you know, bisexual women or bisexual men, or either they're not bisexual but they just want two women or either two men, please know yourself, know who you are, you know, be ready for a commitment, because you know, it's just it is not easy to do. It is not easy to try to be on the same page with two different minds, you know, but if you find a partner or a relationship or a marriage that, you know, y'all kind of on a wavelength, on the same wave, then, you know, I would say if that's something you're interested in, just see what happens, you know, have conversations. We had conversations for a while, long conversations before they even, you know, met me. Because I've never done it before. So it was something new for me, you know, jumping out there. But they were experienced, so they knew the ropes, you know, which made it easier as well, you know. So that's my little bit of advice. You know.
Well.
Yeah.
Interesting. So now, again, I think I asked this question earlier. It probably was too soon because we didn't get all the juice. But you've gotten everything off it. Now that you've gotten it off your chest, and the world knows now. Does it feel better that you was able to? Is it a relief or is it a?
Ask me that like tomorrow, not like right now.
Seriously, because is it like a? Do you feel like once you know, everybody here, your phone gonna start blowing up. People gonna start asking, "Why didn't you tell me? Oh, you kept that secret from me." You didn't find out that somebody close to you really likes you and was scared to approach you because they didn't know. So now that they know, be prepared for your phone to be ringing off the hook.
I don't know if I'm already there yet, you know. But it feels good, you know, internally for myself. It feels good, you know. It feels good to finally talk about some things. Remind me to take my daughter and my son off my Facebook for a little while.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, I am okay with my sexuality. I am very excited for my future with my sexuality and just who I am as a person, period. You know, I've always been a go-getter for people that, or a cheerleader, not a go-getter, a cheerleader for people that were interested in doing something different, you know? So, I'm all for it. You know, I'm all for the lifestyle, the LGBTQ community. I will wear my flags. I will, you know, be a supporter or whatever. I always have been, even before I kind of came out. You know, I've always been that person. So,
Yep, you've always been a supporter.
Yeah.
Somebody could want to sell some shoes to the shoe company. All right, you got this.
Yeah.
Bees, honey to bees. You got this. Yeah, you've always been a supporter.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say?
So yeah, and I think I want to like you know, there's a huge poly community. So yeah, there's a whole community of different types of poly relationships. But I do want to make this clear that you know, people like having casual threesomes and swinging is not a poly situation. You know, that's just, you know, you having sex with different partners. A poly relationship is when you are committed to that relationship with whomever is in that relationship. So that's the difference. I don't want people to think that you're out here because you're in a poly relationship, that you have sex with all types of people and all that stuff. And or either you date a whole lot of people, or, you know, y'all go to swinger parties and, you know, swing and be, you know, switching partners and all that stuff. That's really not what a poly relationship is. You know, it's a committed relationship. It's a real committed relationship. It's more than two people in that relationship.
I'm glad you cleared that up. The clarification. Thank you for that. I'm pretty sure a lot of people thought the opposite. So thank you for clearing that up. Have you ever tried swinging?
No.
Me either. I have a few friends that do.
I'm not a casual, I'm not a person that has casual sex anyway. So it's not something that I'm into anyway. So that's why I think me dating, or if I'm going to be in a poly relationship, it would have to be a committed married couple. Yeah. Just makes more sense for me and where I am in my life. Now, 20 years ago, it probably wouldn't matter, you know, if I was at this point with my, you know, just knowing who I was and with my sexuality, but also just what I wanted out of a relationship. Right. But right now, where I'm at in my life, like, I just feel like, you know, that works better for me.
That's very interesting.
Yeah. Okay. So in regards to, well, right now, let's just go to something positive. So something positive about the relationship with you all. And I'm just asking that because I also asked my friend that's a man. I also asked him, and he said, and he gave me financial. That was the first word he threw out. He said it was the best financial experience that in a relationship that he's ever had. And, you know, gave me the reasons why. You know, they're sharing everything, sharing expenses, they're sharing, you know, when they go on vacations, all that is shared and paid for. When they make the financial decisions, that's shared. And so he said, in actuality, he said a positive. That's not the only positive, but a positive that he could give me was financial. Mm-hmm. So what is something that you feel is positive?
Well, I feel like, you know, in the past, just for me, my relationships have been with men. And the men in those relationships, they were not open to me having relationships with women unless they were involved. Well, when I'm in a poly relationship, then I can develop a relationship with a woman, and I don't have to worry about if, you know, that my partner does not want me to have a relationship with someone else, because we're all doing it together. So for me, that's a pro, because, or that's a positive out of this, is that I can take away that of being worried or you know, kind of like a little bit of anxiety towards when I did get that itch from my past relationships. You know, now by me being in a poly relationship, that's something that I don't have to worry about, because they all know, you know, and So I can say that that's a positive for me. Another positive, yes, is the financial situation. Because everything is broken down into threes. And then two, if something does happen to one of the other people, meaning like they lose a job or they're just going through hard times, it's not one person that has to take over the whole burden of your part. Now it's still split in half. So, that is absolutely the truth, in regards to that. But I still want to say that, as a woman who is kind of sort of sometimes I feel like I'm in a bisexual relationship. Sometimes I feel like I'm in a trisexual relationship. And then sometimes I feel like, I'm in a heterosexual relationship. So sometimes you still want that man to take control. And so in a relationship with two women, sometimes the man has to be a little bit more financial because the women still want to be taken care of every now and then. So I'm saying that he's not only got to pay for you to get your hair done, he's got to pay for two heads. You know what I'm saying? He got to pay for two spa dates. You know what I'm saying? He got to buy flowers twice and send them to the office, on Valentine's Day or your birthday or whatever. So, it is a financial, but for me, when it comes to a heterosexual man, then because that's who I like to date in a poly relationships, it can be, he has to be financially stable, extra, in order to really take, give his two women what they want out of a heterosexual relationship with him, So those two things, but I tell you the truth, it is so much love. Like, it is so much openness about a relationship. It's not too much that you can hide.
Right.
Yeah. So it's kind of like what's the word? Liberating. Because you can really let go and just be you. You have a man who loves women. He loves a woman's body, no matter, if he's interested in me, then of course you gotta like a little thicker. You gotta like some cellulite. You gotta like some rolls.
So a little bit of back
fat. A little bit of back fat. So he used to that because obviously he liked it. So you being able to walk around with no clothes on, and then and feel comfortable about that. And then with the woman, I'm saying, it's just you can't fake the funk because she's a woman. So she knows all those little tricks that you would play with a man. You can't play them tricks with no woman, like men kind of, sometimes they don't really see, like, when you having things are off. They don't really notice that part, but a woman noticed it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of figured something was going on because we was a little off. The communication was a little bit off, or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a plus. It's like I said, it's kind of sort of liberating because everything is open and you can't really hide from your true self, to be honest with you. And if you're open and honest about the whole process of it, and I'm that way. Yeah.
All right. Now, before I forget, My Kitchen 757 Hampton will be open April 4th. I am on DoorDash. Holla at me.
Yay!
Breakfast start at 9:00 and at 10:30. Ship y'all. Y'all know y'all. I got y'all. Y'all can hit me up at 6:00 in the morning, 4:00 in the morning. I got y'all. So also.
Yeah. Hey! I just put my order in. It's not. What happened?
Right. Today is not April 4th, Tika.
Oh, that's what it is. Oh.
A mess. And Tika, what's your shop? What we got going on? We got some more lip gloss, some more eyelashes.
Yes, and body butter is coming soon. Within the next week, I was trying to figure out how to make more, so I figured that out. So body butter is coming to the site. Like I said, guys, please follow me on Tika Loves Fashion on every platform, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. That would all definitely lead you to my site. You'll be able to see all of my items. But body butter and lip scrub will be added to the site within the next week and a half. And so for you guys that have been shopping, I thank you so much for buying the lip gloss, sunglasses, eyelashes. I have short eyelashes now for people that wear glasses that have requested it. Of course, the big 25 millimeter lashes, the blink and you hit somebody lashes. Okay. I have those, and I have also the more natural 18 to 23 millimeter lashes. And so a whole variety. So you guys go check it out, please, while I'm going to be enjoying my meal next week. So you guys check it out.
Thank you, Kimbala the model, for coming on the show. We really appreciate you giving us the exclusive.
Kimbala the boss.
The boss. I don't know why
she graduated. So
she did. I'm sorry, y'all. I keep calling her the model. Been promoting her as the boss, and I don't know why, because she's gorgeous. She's gorgeous, and that's what you see, that model boss in her. Yeah. So my apology. Definitely thank you for giving us the exclusive, Kimbala the Boss. Thank you all for listening to Sipping with Marie and Tika G, where we do not talk about politics, religion, or celebrities. Again, we feel that there are enough blog vlogs and other podcasts that talk about that stuff. So if that's what y'all want to listen to, y'all can go over there. Now, we look forward to your listening ears, so get your glass of whatever you drink, get comfortable, listen to Sipping with Marie and Tika G every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.